Well, this is an interesting time on the planet, and it's an interesting time in our lives, and I believe everybody, because really we are all connected. But we do have an announcement that we'll be making today in the podcast. So it's all good, and bittersweet is always feels like things that are happening can be bittersweet, but we're so grateful for all of you, and we're grateful to be on this journey with you, because that's what it feels like. Feels like we're all on a journey together.
Yeah. And I think bittersweet is the term for the podcast. So listen in, just know that we're all moving along on this wild ride, and we're gonna see how we're gonna see how we all show up in the end. But thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you.
The world is a lot right now. Are you feeling it? We all need new tools to help us walk through the chaos with grace, ease, and compassion for each other and for ourselves. In this podcast, you'll hear from parents, educators, and other experts who can bring perspective to the monumental job of parenting. It's time to level up and be warriors for our kids and our communities. This is the Warrior Parent Podcast. I'm Marci Mitchell.
And I'm Debbie DiManno. As parents, we understand that it really does take a village to raise our kids. We hope that this podcast serves to create and support that community for you. Join us as we discuss and practice our core tools, which are proven mind-body techniques that can be used by anyone to improve your life on a daily basis.
Well, welcome back to the Warrior Parent Podcast. We're really glad that you're joining us today, as always. And today's just me and Debbie, just talking to each other, talking with each other, and talking to you, and kind of letting you know where we are, because these times, they are changing, and there's so much going on. And so we've had both had a lot of stuff going on personally, locally, globally, just all this stuff. So we've been kind of making some decisions. So we wanted to come together and talk to you all about that today.
And, I think we've talked in previous episodes about all the things that are going on, including, a cancer diagnosis and, things that are going on with, our husbands and partnerships and all the things. So ever changing and changing quickly, of course, right? So this decision for us to pause the podcast did not come easily. In fact, I might get
that's what we're doing.
Yeah. I might get a little choked up talking about it because I feel like this has been a place for Marci and I to talk about stuff when, this day and age, women don't really get to talk that much. So it's been a beautiful forum for us to be able to talk and to talk to people from all over the world, right?
Yeah.
So
that has been amazing, talking to people from all over the world. And what we have really striven to do is to create a safe space, a place where we can bring in experts and bring in open-hearted, lovely people who are living their life or doing work in the world in a way that's just uplifting and beautiful and authentic. And they're doing the hard work, and they're dealing with the hard things, and they're showing up with such beauty and grace and service in a place of serving. And so to create this space to talk to people like that, to talk about things that maybe aren't getting talked about enough, and to hopefully help all of you feel seen and heard, and help you stay more informed, and maybe you learn some stuff. I know I learned a lot in the past few years that we've been doing this.
I think it's been so inspirational for me. There's so many times when we feel like, we've had the nonprofit running and then, we're getting beat over the head one side and across the other, like, oh no, you can't come here. And so all we were trying to do is serve the kids, right? But I feel like every time we did a podcast, I'd feel uplifted again. I'd feel inspired again. Like, okay, we're not the only people out here trying to make a difference in the world. There's people all over the world who are trying to do this. And the podcast, has been a beautiful forum for that. Like it's kept me going when so many times, after year one, after year two, and now
Mhm.
finally after year three. But I think people don't also understand what it takes to create a podcast, right? Like, like we're a nonprofit. And I want to give a shout out to my husband here because he has supported this for the entire time. And so without him, we could not have done that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael DiManno, for allowing us the space and the money to do it. But it's not an easy thing. It takes a host of people to actually put a production together and a lot of time and energy. And I think people who are just I'm just going to go listen to my podcast today have no idea really what it takes to put one of those together. I was thinking
Yeah. And for
back.
some people, it might be like some of you younger techie folks, you probably just knock it out. But we are women of a certain age. We don't know how to do all these things, although
Yeah,
we assembled an amazing team of people across generations. That's been a wonderful thing
yeah,
working with a lot of younger folks. My nephew got involved. We have a wonderful virtual assistant, Justin, who is in the Philippines, who has been amazing and has helped
yeah.
us so much. And
And Donna Appadone. So
Don
remember when
Appadone
we first
from
got started, right? Like
yes.
here are the things you have to do. Here's the music you need
Yes.
to create. Here's
For
the
anyone who doesn't know, for if you're not from the Sacramento area, she is a longtime host for the news program on Cap Radio with NPR Radio, and she did that for a million years. She was up at I think she got up at like 2:30 or something and did the news in the morning. And so before we met her, I was so familiar with her voice, and she was out there, this trusted, lovely source with a calm voice telling you what was going on. And we were fortunate enough to have her. She's very much part of the journey here because she does a class, she calls it transformation based on a book she wrote. And it's all about how are you serving? How are you showing up? What's your purpose? What are you doing in the world? And are you living into your purpose? And so we took that class. It led us to create the app. It led us to the podcast and then to have a professional radio announcer kind of help us get started when we don't know
yeah.
what the heck we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and one of many of the women and men who have been around us, supporting us, helping
Yeah.
us do this. And boy, that's been an honor.
Yeah, it's been a journey. So we just had started our fourth year. Marcy and I were just looking at over this full 3 years, more than 6,000 downloads, in almost 20 countries, including
Yeah.
Kazakhstan and Iceland. So
Hey, shout out to whoever in Iceland, that one person, Kazakhstan. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We hope to be back. We're not shutting down our nonprofit. We're not even shutting down the podcast. We just need to take a little step back and kind of regroup. The world is crazy, and as we've talked about, Debbie is just powering through this cancer journey, doing what she needs to do to stay healthy and take care of herself. And if there's one thing we talk about, it's self-care in a real sense of really filling your cup, doing what you need to do so that you can keep showing up in the world, so that you can be joyful and be rested and be
yeah,
healthy. And so she is walking through that, and that has to be a focus for
yeah.
sure for her right now.
Yeah. But you feel like we always say, what is the purpose, right? Like what's the reason for this? What's the reason for the cancer? What's
Hmm.
what's the reason for the podcast, right? And
Yeah.
for me, both of those things sound sort of silly, but go hand in hand, right? Like it all is about leveling up in the world, right? As crazy as that sounds, like those are completely different things, but they are helping me level up. They're helping me
Right.
give a voice to whatever it is I need to give that voice to, whether it's cancer and medicine and food, which I'm crazy about, or whatever it is. It's all been purposeful, and I think
Yeah.
whatever is next for Marcy and I, we've talked about the book, which is not off the table. Without the podcast, I don't think maybe we'd have the appropriate book to write. Honestly, I mean
Right.
the information that we have collected from these beautiful humans around the
Hmm.
world have given us a collection of some amazing pieces of documentation that
Yeah.
will go into the book, hopefully someday soon. So yeah, I mean, and Marcy and I, we have high hopes for all of these things. I mean, ultimately, I
Yeah.
think we have a foundation somewhere in our back pocket that feels really important for us to learn, to do. And I think this podcast has just been part of that.
We've talked a little bit about all the amazing people we've met and brought on the show. And one of the key things for me is it's just giving me so much hope
Yeah.
for the world. Because if you are tuning into the news, or if you're looking at your phone, or if you've got your eyes open and you actually are a functioning human being, you know that it's crazy out there. And there's some very unkind policies, things that are targeting trans people, targeting underserved communities, under unempowered communities, people who are
Mhm.
disenfranchised already, who don't have resources to just get food and housing, live their days, are being attacked in a way that's very, very cruel, very deliberate to distract us from the real things that are going on as we're all being held upside down by the ankles and shaken to get
Yes.
every last thing from us. And then it's like, look at them. Look at that trans person over there. They're ruining women's sports, or they're doing this, or that immigrant is stealing your jobs. And it's all a lie. It's all a ruse, because all of us are just human beings. We're all a human family.
Yeah.
And to scapegoat this way has been so painful to watch. But when we show up on this podcast and we talk to these people who are people are reach out to us and want to be on the podcast now, which is lovely. We are drawing in the most amazing human beings to share stories and share what they're doing to make the world better. And that fills my heart, gives me so much hope. And that's what we're here to share with you, so that you can know about these things and know that, wait, when it looks bleak some days, and when you're just seeing the negative, 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 like that's what sells. We know that's what causes that's what, it's going to get you to click on things or get sells products. But the reality is, so many people are out there saying, no, that's not okay. No, that's not the world I want for my children. No, it's immigrants are not the problem. Trans people are not the problem. Greed and absolute imbalance and patriarchy. And there's a lot of things that are the problem. And let's focus there. And
Yeah.
but there's you're not alone. There's a lot of people feeling this way, and
Yeah.
you can feel alone. You can just feel like, oh my God,
Yeah.
but it's not the
This
truth.
the suppression is real. And you used to think about, oh, the suppressed, right? Or the oppressed, right?
Yeah,
And you used to think, oh, well, that's not happening in the United States of America. I mean, there are times when we're having a conversation on this podcast and I feel like, I wonder if somebody's listening to that, right? Like that's fucking nuts. Let's be straight up about that. The concept that I should even have a thought about that is absurd and ridiculous, right? But it's true. It's true. They're trying to suppress our voices, and that's
hmm
part of why I'm feeling a little twisted about the
yeah,
podcast, because I feel like that's what they're trying to do. Although that's not why we're
no,
taking a break at
no,
all, right? We
no, it is
we want to
not.
we want to continue on with all of it. It may just show up in a different way. And Marcy and I talked about the fact that we may show up as instead of warrior parents, we're warrior women, right? Because we are, right?
Yeah. And
So
we might be
yeah,
back with, we shifted from a weekly podcast. We did that for 2 years. We shifted to it every 2 weeks. That was okay. That gave us a lot more bandwidth. We may come back and do it occasionally, if you will. Like, not everybody's doing like one of our sheroes, one of the people who helped us get started, Brene Brown, she doesn't do her podcast every single week.
yeah.
That you so we can do it a little. Hey, we just wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about something very exciting that Debbie and I and our team have been working on for literally years. And that is our Cour Tools app, which is now available at the Google Play Store and at the Apple Store. And you can sign up for it now, and you will get access to all the tools we've been talking about on the podcast.
And if you're an early adopter of Cour tools, you can get a VIP price for $49 for a lifetime. That's
Lifetime.
right.
Buy it once and we'll keep
Lifetime.
updating it too.
Yes, yes. So we're super excited about this. Go to Apple Store, go to Google Play, and purchase it now.
Cour Tools, COUR, capital TOOLS.
Go get it.
Right now, it's just a time to breathe, to self-care, especially for Deb, to take care of her body and make sure that her cells are doing exactly what they need to do to be healthy and happy and cancer-free and strong. And then also, like, this is what it feels like. And why we say this, the world's always like this. There's all these things, and your job, if you choose to accept it, your mission is to stay centered, be in this place within to where you're not this, but you're this, even if you're in the middle of this, like, and for
Yeah.
those who are not watching, my hands are flailing, right? So the point is there's always crazy stuff. Right now, there's way more crazy stuff. Like right now feels very, very intense, but
Yeah.
you have to be able to go within and remind yourself of the truth of who you are. And so we're taking a break for that a little bit. And also just to see, again, like Deb said, what is next? Like we might have to go out into the wilderness for a week and survive so that we can have a revelation about what the next thing is. Although we're going to let Deb get through her treatment first before we try any of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I was reading something, someone from a spiritual event that they were talking about like who you are and why you're here at this place and time in the world. Right. And it's speaking of purpose, it's purposeful that we're here. And it doesn't always mean that you have to be out like charging and warrioring and resilient and like all the things, power to the women sort of thing. It's simply via the fact that you are still alive and breathing. The fact that you're alive and breathing at this time is nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. Right? Like you being born into this world right now, just getting through the birth canal, right, is a miracle, right? But then to have lived as long as Marci and I and still be here, and all we have to do, and this is a reminder to all of you listening, is just shine a light. Just a little bit of a light. If you're just going to the grocery store and getting your groceries and you told someone they looked nice today, or you love their smile or whatever it is, that's all you have to do, right? But if you can continue that and everyone can continue doing that one little thing, we're all going to get through it, right?
Yeah, and that's a good point. Some days you're going to go out and you're going to hold a sign, or you're going to go pound on a senator's door, or you're going to, go save children or feed people in the streets. And some days you're going to be in bed and you're going to pull the covers up over your head and you're just going to breathe and you're going to take care of yourself. And it's all okay. It's all okay. And don't ever question that it's a lot, because it is a lot. It is a lot. And so if you're waking up, you're putting one foot in front of the other. Some days are easier than others. Give yourself grace, give yourself good food if you can, and rest and love and relationships with people who support you and love you and see you. So important. But just keep feeding your soul, keep filling your cup, as a guest said recently, not just because you want to be able to pour into your kids and other people, but because you deserve a full cup, and you really do. And we don't always, sometimes we don't accept that. We're like, oh, no, I got you. I'm going to take care of everyone. And that's lovely. And you gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah. And use your tools, right? Like we have talked about all the tools. In fact, we have an app. You can still go and and get the app and use that, right? There are a million tools. There is, the meditation and the heart brain coherence and all the things that we've talked about for all this time. And so use those, right?
Yeah.
Like
my mom, who's about to turn 86 on Monday, just told me the other day that she's tapping before bed.
oh,
So she's somewhere, and I've been talking about it, but she's found
yeah.
somewhere that she's got a little routine for tapping that she's doing, and it's calming herself. And so, God, yes, like there are so many somatic tools out there, so many, and sometimes again, it starts with that deep breath, taking a breath and just reminding yourself that you're here. But yeah, find some things that work for you, and then value yourself enough to do them, to
Yeah.
say yes. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to just wait a minute because I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna take a few breaths. Everybody can wait while you breathe.
Yes.
They really
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be better for everyone. Like I'm so much better when I take a moment and breathe or say, you know what? I need a minute. I can't have this conversation with you right now. You're dysregulated. I'm dysregulated. This is no place for people to meet and solve things. This is a place for people to yell and hurt feelings and have resentments and break relationships. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. There's so much dysregulation in the world right now. One of the things that we can do is just, and in the end, maybe it's the only thing we can do is we manage our own central nervous system to be regulated, meaning to be centered, to be breathing and functioning so that because your brain does not work right when you're dysregulated. It
Mhm.
shifts into a fight or flight mode that cannot think logically. It's impossible. It's science. It's
Yeah.
science. And so don't feel bad about it. Don't beat yourself up. It's totally normal, but give yourself a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Marcy,
Yes, Debbie.
do you want to close us out with a little meditation
Yeah.
and a little farewell?
Yeah.
That feels
Yeah. So
appropriate right now.
watch this space. Watch this space. There are 154 episodes. When this one drops, 155 episodes that you can go back and listen to. There's so much content there. So I hope you'll catch up, take some time to catch up, and we'll keep you informed. You can follow us on Facebook, the Warrior Parent Podcast, or Core Experience. That's our nonprofit. Stay informed. Keep your eye on the space. We're going to keep serving. We just don't know exactly what it looks like right now, so we're going to
Yeah.
take a minute. So let's all take a minute if you feel so inclined. If you're somewhere safe, if you're not driving, if you're driving, you can pull over or you can listen to it later. But allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you as you just receive a breath into your lungs, filling your lungs, filling your belly, deep, mindful breath in, and then just releasing it fully. And I encourage you to do this a few times at your own pace. And we call this cleaning house. So when you do this, you just get rid of the cobwebs. You set down the to-do list. You set down the worries. You set down the thing that is stressing you out right now. And you say, here, I'm going to put you here and I'll pick you up later. But right now, I'm going to get centered. I'm going to get calm. I'm going to take care of myself. Deep breathing will calm the nervous system and just slowing down. And so as you get to this space where you're breathing deeply and you've mentally set aside all of the things that are needing attention, knowing that you can pick them right back up. You're fully present now, seeing yourself as this divine emanation on the planet of you, unique you. There's nobody else. That is you. You are this divine spark that came from a divine source, and you can call it God, and you can call it Allah, or you can call it nature or science or whatever word you want to give it. I assure you that source does not care what word you call it. It just wants you to know that you are whole, perfect, and complete, just as you are right now. And if you've never heard that, or if that makes you say, oh God, no, I'm not, I encourage you to take a moment and just open yourself to the possibility that that's the truth of who you are, that you are whole, perfect, and complete, created to be you, this wonderful divine light on the planet, and that you would not be here if you were not meant to be here, if you didn't have purpose and worth and validity and magnificence, just as you are. So just breathe into that. Breathe into that. And if it's hard to hear me say that, spend some more time here because it is the truth. And I know this for you. So if you can have just a little bit of openness, willingness to believe that, well, maybe that's true, then I hope you will. And the more you do that, the more you'll understand the absolute truth of it. And so just knowing that you, all of us are these divine creatures, wholly connected to each other. We are all one. We are all divinely connected. We are one life force showing up in a million little ways. Sometimes people say that God or the universe or source is the ocean and each of us is a drop. I love that. Think of yourself as a drop in the ocean. You don't separate the drops out. It's all part of the whole, and yet you are this individual shining wonderful light. So knowing the truth of this, I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful for every person who has ever listened to this show, who has supported us in any way. And there are a lot of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. And I'm grateful for anyone who comes across this teaching, even just this meditation, and has an openness to say yes to it. Because when we accept this beauty and this wonder for ourselves, and we accept our own divinity, if you will, our own perfection, our own wholeness, we show up in a world in a different way, in a way that lifts others, that sends out a vibration of love and acceptance and divinity and worthiness and compassion and wholeness and joy, all of these good things. So when you do that for yourself, you share it with your human family, with the animal family, with the planet family, and you're uplifting all of us. So I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for my very good friend and podcast partner, Debbie, and all the other people who've shown up to help us do this. I'm grateful for myself. I'm grateful to be a 60-year-old woman who is starting to appreciate myself more and more in the body I'm in the joints that I use, in all of the things that carry my divine light, because I am not this body. I am not these joints. I am not this hair. I am not any of that. I am the light that shines within, and this body is the vessel that allows me to do that good work. So, with this gratitude, I am just releasing all that is dropping in here, meaning I'm just turning it over to the universe, knowing that I don't have to make it happen. I can set intentions into this space. I can know good for the world. I can know healing for the planet without knowing exactly how it's going to unfold, because there is something bigger, something greater in the divine, in the universe, in God, in Allah, in whatever word you use, that knows exactly how to unfold a beautiful world that works for everyone, uplifting every soul, because we are all divine and we are all here for a reason. And we're all just perfect the way we are. And that very much includes you. So, with great gratitude, with great joy, I release this word into the law. I drop it in. I know all is well. All is unfolding divinely. And I can't necessarily see how it's all working, but I can hold faith and knowingness that it is working just as it meant to, and that all is truly well. And in the end, all will be truly well. And so I'm just releasing this, knowing it's true for all of you. And I like to finish by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Marci. Thank you for all the support. I know this isn't the end for us. We're just leveling
Yeah.
up. We're just leveling up. We have all kinds of
Leveling up.
things to do. So
Yeah.
thank you, all you listeners, and reach out. We have emails, Debbie
Yeah.
at coreexperience.org, Marci at coreexperience.org. In fact, we just had some people reach out saying, can you come to our school and do some work with our kiddos? And so we'll keep doing the work, and just know that we
One
love
foot in front
you.
of the other.
Yes, we
Yeah.
love you all, and we're grateful.
Yes. Yes. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves.
And now for your core mental health break. This is your opportunity to take a moment to support your mental wellness, your peace of mind, your own ease and grace. Take some time every day to support your mental health. You deserve it, and it matters. Today's affirmation encourages you to look at things a different way. Something better is unfolding right now for the world. Let's say it aloud together. Something better is unfolding right now for the world. Something better is unfolding right now for the world. This is true. Thanks for listening to the Warrior Parent Podcast, which is a production of our nonprofit, Cour Experience, who also creates and distributes Cour tools. You can find us at courexperience.org. Make sure you join us next week for another informative conversation to help you and your family show up mindfully, purposefully, and joyfully with each other and in your community.
Our Cour Tools platform consists of a number of proven tools and techniques that are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, and overwhelm in spite of what's going on in your world. We want to thank Samuel Hale, LLC, for sponsoring this podcast. Technical and marketing support comes from Inspire Your Brand. Our podcast editor is Justin Beeden. Opinions expressed by guests do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts, the producers, or the financial supporters. I'm Debbie DiManno.
And I'm Marci Mitchell. Thanks for listening. If you resonate with the idea of creating a community to help support kids and families, won't you join us by following the podcast and sharing this episode? You can even write a review. It truly does take a village, and we appreciate you.